These new romance fantasy anime are genuinely no joke. We've got witches, warrior princesses, body swaps, mermaids, and basically everything you could dream of. In this video, I'm including the best of the best fantasy romance anime that came out in the recent 2 years or comes out in this year. Let's go. The title already tells you everything. Yoki gets reincarnated as a demon in a fantasy world, and when the hero's party invades his castle, instead of fighting back, my boy spots the priestess Cecilia and starts sipping harder than a gacha game player. He confesses on the spot. She rejects him on the spot. But time passes, she gives him a chance, and now this demon is abandoning his evil duties to become someone worthy of a holy woman.
じゃあ私も陽気さんって呼びますね。
This isn't going to blow anyone away. I know the premise hooks you right in, but the rest of the story feels like a slice of life. But I'm a simple guy. I see a good chemistry, I start watching. Like me, if you're in the mood for a lighthearted isekai where a love-struck demon fumbles his way into a priestess's heart for 12 episodes, it delivers exactly that. Think of it as the comfort food of fantasy romance.
人間に会ったからって、それでどうなるの
Time
for an upcoming romance anime. Laura is a mermaid princess beloved by her father, Sea King, adored by her sisters, who falls in love with a human prince and wants nothing more than to live on land with him. She drinks a potion to become human, gets tricked, and instead dissolves into sea foam and disappears into the sea. That's not the end though. 200 years later, she's reborn in Lake Biwa in modern-day Japan, living as a human girl with no memory of who she once was.
でも人間をあなたを愛してしまったの。
This is Kinema Sutra's 15th anniversary anime original, the same studio behind Made in Abyss and My Happy Marriage. It's all original, no source material, directed by assistant director of Review Starlight, with music by Iki Monogatari. Yeah, so it's like all the legends are coming together to make one anime. I also like the story as well. It gives off Disney vibes. You know, the vibes Disney used to give off back in the 90s.
お守りにと思って。よく似合う。
Here's a villainous anime with a twist I haven't seen before. It's told entirely from the fiancé's point of view. Crown Prince Cecil has never been surprised in his life. Too talented, too perfect, too bored. Then his fiancée, Bertia, shows up and announces with complete honesty that she's a reincarnated villainess from an otame game and that her sacred duty is to ruin his life. The problem is, she is absolutely terrible at being evil, and every scheme backfires and accidentally wins people over instead.
ちなみに君の言う一流の悪の花とはどういうものなんだろうか。
強く気高く美しく。
Watching it all through Cecil's eyes is what makes this special. You're seeing this bored genius go from my fiancé might be insane to my fiancé is the most interesting thing that has ever happened to me. People are calling this one of the funniest villainous anime in years, and I only got time to watch the first 4 episodes and compared it to other villainous anime. This hooked me real fast.
私の最後のお願いです。そこのクソ甘をぶっ飛ばしてもよろしいですか？
Time for the One Punch Lady. Scarlet has been putting up with her awful fiancé, Second Prince Kyle, for years. The guy is selfish, manipulative, and one night at the royal hall, he publicly dumps her, blames everything on her, and gets the whole nobility to call her a villainess. That's when my girl asks for one final request before leaving. And that request is basically to punch every corrupt noble in the room through the wall.
あの女の本来の二つだわ。狂犬姫。
Now, before starting, I need to give a fair warning. This is more of an action comedy than a straight-up romance. But My Girl Scarlet is one of the most entertaining female leads we've gotten in recent anime history. She's a badass, she punches real hard, she's gotten this no-nonsense personality, and unlike your Marvel cardboard cutout female character, Scarlet genuinely cares about the people around her and has an interesting personality. And the romance with Prince Julius builds pretty naturally too, because he's just as chaotic as she is.
わしはそなたを花嫁として連れてきたのだが。
If you're tired of villainesses, you can have a female knight. Serafina de Laviant is the strongest female knight in the West. When her military campaign against the Eastern barbarians falls apart spectacularly, she gets captured and dragged before the barbarian king Vior. She is fully prepared to die with dignity. Instead, Vior proposes marriage to her. Not execution, not torture, he just wants to marry her.
何の音だ
This is the sleeper hit of spring 2026, and I honestly don't know why it got such a bad rep on my anime list. The setup has some classic enemies to lover captivity energy. Serafina herself is a really interesting character, and she never loses her fighting spirit. If you like fantasy romance with some enemies to lovers tension, a warrior princess who never backs down, and a king with a big dangerous calm energy, give this one a shot.
絵から抜け出たペラペラのぬくもりのない手それでも魔女が初めて触れ合った人の手です
Luna is a witch who lives completely alone in a forest of poisonous mushrooms, and I mean truly alone. Her touch is lethal to humans, and her breath up close can kill. The nearby town fears and despises her, but she quietly helps them from a distance anyway, delivering medicines, buying books, existing in her lonely little corner of the world.
ねえ君待って
This is based on the manga by creator Gakuen Alice, and it shows. It has that same fairy tale quality, melancholic style, and beautiful visuals to back it up. And as someone who likes slices of life, I really enjoyed it. The emotion feels completely unforced. The romance builds around a girl whose loneliness comes from something she literally cannot control, and it's the kind of story that sticks with you. I'm calling this one of the hidden gems of 2026.
ようこそ春名コルタへ
Philia's family has produced saints for generations, and she is the greatest one, literally perfect in every way imaginable. So when Prince Julius breaks off their engagement because she's too perfect, therefore has no charm, it might be the most unhinged reason for a breakup in the history of anime. And then her own homeland sells her to a neighboring country for gold and resources.
私はどうすればよかったのかしらずっとそれがわからないの
Here's the fun part though, Philia does not mope. She shows up in the new kingdom, starts curing epidemics, and putting up monster barriers and absolutely thriving, while her old home slowly falls apart without her. Studio Troika handled the animation, and it really did justice to the story. I know the events play out similar to your regular shoujo anime, but if you love a nice and calm romance anime, give this one a go.
これが春だどうだ素晴らしいだろ知ってるこれ知ってた
The author of Violet Evergarden comes back with some nice cooked meal, or anime in this case. In this world, the changing of seasons is maintained by beings called agents. When the agents of spring, Hingaku, is kidnapped, spring completely vanishes from the world. For 10 years, everything stays frozen and cold. Her devoted guardian, Sakura, refuses to give up and keeps searching across all of those years. When Hingaku is finally found, the two set out on a journey together to restore spring.
おさまつ様でございました春は無事ここにいます
Yes, I know this stuff is too metaphorical and looks like a fairy tale, but that's exactly the reason it works so well. This is some pure hardcore fantasy, and that's why I love it. And the studio behind this is Wit Studio. If Violet Evergarden left you emotionally wrecked, this is one that is probably coming for you next.
お前は何があっても 新しい時代を作り出せるやつなんだから。新しい。
Let's time travel to the alternate Meiji era, Japan, 1907. A world where only steam power has advanced and Kyoto is blanketed in smoke and soot. Kihachi is a boy who lost his older brother, and their shared dream of bringing electricity to the world, now living hopeless and bitter. Inako is a shrine maiden who mourns her mother while an arranged marriage gets decided for her. When these two total opposites meet, she convinces him to help her escape that marriage.
お母さんに会えた気がして嬉しかったです。
電気だよ。
And this is Kyoto Animation, the studio behind Violet Evergarden, Clannad, Kehan, and basically every anime that has ever made you cry in public place at an embarrassing time. They have been developing this since 2018. 8 years of waiting, and the trailers look absolutely breathtaking. Historical romance, alternate sci-fi history, and this is my most hyped romance anime of this. Now, I know calling this romance is a bit of a far stretch, but I really hope there is some kind of romance here. Come on, the premise is begging for it.
あなたは集計月になったの。今やコーレーリーを殺害しようとした大悪女よ。
And we're finishing off with a body-swapped villainess set in a Chinese-inspired imperial court where 5 noble clans compete to produce the future empress. Ko Ririn is the frontrunner. She's graceful, beloved, and carries a board called I Am Best Girl. But the Lantern Festival, a jealous rival named Shu Keigetsu, body swaps with her, sending Ririn into the dungeons in someone else's body, while Keigetsu takes her place at court.
私が殿下を奪ってあげる。
This is like one of those historical K-dramas where you get jealous concubines while the emperor's simping for the new girl. Doga Kobo is adapting the light novel, which already has 4 million copies sold, and the light novel award under its belt. 12 volumes of palace conspiracy theories, dark secrets, and nice little romance. Come on, I don't have to say it, do I? If you love Apothecary Diaries, this is literally designed for you. Even the character designs look the same.